What if you worked a dead-end job cleaning up kaiju guts, and one day became the thing you were cleaning up? That's the wild premise behind Kaiju No 8, where the monster isn't just outside the city, it's inside the hero. Kaiju No 8 follows Kafka Hibino, a man who dreamed of fighting monsters but ended up scrubbing their remains instead. After a freak incident involving a tiny kaiju crawling into his mouth, yes, really, Kafka gains the power to transform into a humanoid kaiju. Instead of running, he joins the defense force to protect Japan while hiding the very secret that could get him killed. Kafka Hibino is a rare protagonist in his 30s, making him instantly relatable for older fans. He's not some wide-eyed teen prodigy. He's been through failure, regret, and disappointment. But when he gets his second chance, he goes Ellen, driven by an old promise to fight alongside his childhood friend. As Kaiju No 8, Kafka becomes a walking contradiction. Part savior, part threat. Mina Ashiro is that childhood friend. Now a cold and composed defense force captain, Mina commands respect with her sniper-like precision and calm authority. Though stoic on the outside, she clearly still cares for Kafka, showing brief but powerful glimpses of emotion. Her bond with her giant house cat adds a layer of softness to her hard military exterior. Reno Ichikawa starts as the rookie partner to Kafka in their cleanup crew, but quickly grows into a serious soldier. Ambitious and tactical, Reno respects power and discipline, which makes his friendship with Kafka all the more rewarding. He's the first to suspect there's more to Kafka than meets the eye, yet he chooses loyalty over suspicion. Kijru Shinomiya is a prodigy with an ego to match. The daughter of a defense force commander, she was raised to be elite, and she acts like it. But when Kafka risks everything to protect her, she begins to see value beyond strength. Her transformation from haughty genius to genuine teammate is one of the show's emotional highlights. Hoshino Soshiro, the vice captain, is a dual-blade master with a laid-back personality hiding serious tactical brilliance. He's playful, even goofy at times, but when the kaiju show up, he flips into lethal mode instantly. He also becomes one of the most critical figures in Kafka's journey, testing his limits and eventually becoming a key player in whether Kafka is seen as a threat or a comrade. Imagine risking your life every day to clean up monsters and suddenly becoming the exact thing you're trained to fear. Kafka doesn't just carry a secret, he is the secret. One slip, one wrong transformation, and he's not just outed, he's executed. That tension lives under every mission, every encounter, every moment. He gets too emotional. Would you have the nerve to stand shoulder to shoulder with heroes while hiding you're the thing they swore to destroy? The anime blends high-octane kaiju battles with deep emotional arcs. Kafka must constantly prove his worth in a system built to destroy what he's become. He hides in plain sight, passing physical exams, surviving life-or-death simulations, and somehow building trust among his team, all while knowing that discovery means annihilation. The world building is immersive. Kaiju aren't just random monsters, they're evolving threats with unknown origins. Some are mindless, but others like Kaiju No 9 show chilling intelligence. These creatures can speak, plan, and even blend in. That idea alone turns the story into more than a monster fighting series. It becomes a psychological war. The defense force itself is a fascinating machine, ruthless but necessary. Each squad specializes in specific tactics, from long-range artillery to close-quarters combat, and within it, we see a clash of ideals: justice, survival, ambition, and secrecy. Kafka's existence challenges the very rules they live by. Character dynamics drive the heart of the series. Reno and Kijru are more than backup, they reflect Kafka's humanity. His fear of hurting them makes his restraint even more heroic. Mina, distant yet watchful, represents his dream, a dream he might not live to realize. And Hoshino, he's both a test Kafka has to pass, and a friend who might have to end him. As the episodes progress, we see Kafka develop not only physically, but mentally. He trains harder, learns military strategy, and forms deeper bonds with his unit. His perspective shifts from wanting to fulfill a promise to understanding the weight of leadership, sacrifice, and identity. The emotional burden of being the enemy within grows heavier, especially as he starts to witness more civilians caught in the kaiju crossfire. The show smartly contrasts Kafka's monstrous form with his deeply human empathy. Scenes where he saves a child while looking like a beast hit differently. He becomes a symbol of what people fear, but acts as everything they need. This conflict is the heartbeat of the narrative. Tension peaks when Kaiju No 9, an intelligent and manipulative enemy, emerges as the series' main threat. Kaiju No 9 isn't just another beast. He talks, evolves, and uses strategy. He infiltrates human ranks, corrupts others, and directly taunts Kafka. He becomes Kafka's dark mirror, a kaiju with a purpose, pushing Kafka to question if he's any different. The biggest turning point comes during a large-scale invasion, where Kafka transforms in front of his squad to save lives, exposing himself in the process. The fallout is immediate: confusion, fear, betrayal. Some see him as a traitor, others hesitate, torn between what they saw and who they know Kafka to be. Hoshino steps in, testing Kafka in a jaw-dropping battle that proves Kafka's control, but also how close he is to losing it. The higher-ups in the defense force begin investigating Kafka, considering him more threat than ally. Kafka realizes that even if he saves everyone, there might be no place left for him in the world he's trying to protect. But Kaiju No 9 isn't done. As he creates more humanoid kaiju, begins manipulating ecosystems, and triggers more large-scale attacks, the defense force begins to fracture. Commanders disagree on how to handle Kafka. Public panic grows, and Kafka is caught between being humanity's last hope or its final warning. The climax crescendos during a full-force defense force raid where Kafka leads the charge as a kaiju among humans. The team is divided. Some trust him, others can barely look at him. As the mission unfolds, Kafka is forced to choose between unleashing his full power and possibly becoming uncontrollable, or holding back and risking lives. In one of the most emotionally charged moments of the season, Kafka comes face to face with Kaiju No 9 in a brutal, no-holds-barred fight. Both transform beyond recognition. Both are out for blood, and both believe they're fighting for the future. But while Kaiju No 9 sees humanity as flawed and disposable, Kafka's every move screams defiance. He's fighting not just to survive, but to prove he's still human. This is where Kafka's growth shines. He doesn't snap. He doesn't lose himself. Instead, he proves that what makes a monster isn't what you look like, it's what you fight for. Kaiju No 8 is more than just another monster anime. It's a story about identity, sacrifice, and hope. Kafka's journey isn't about defeating enemies, it's about reconciling the monster within. The series constantly asks, can someone who looks like the enemy still be trusted as a protector? And time again, Kafka answers with his actions. The beauty of Kaiju No 8 lies in its duality: brutal kaiju fights balanced by deeply human struggles. It's about carrying the weight of rejection, the fear of being alone, and the courage to protect others even when they're afraid of you. Kafka may be a monster in the eyes of the world, but through loyalty, compassion, and determination, he redefines what heroism looks like. It's this emotional core, not just the action, that sets Kaiju No 8 apart. Whether you came for the explosions or stayed for the heart, this series delivers a powerful reminder. It's not what's inside you that defines you. It's what you choose to do with it. If you loved this recap, smash that like button. Subscribe for more anime breakdowns, and drop your favorite Kaiju No 8 moment below. And remember, being the monster doesn't mean you can't be the hero.